Hello, it's Christmas week. Tim? Yeah, it is. We're all dying actually if the trip is
Yeah.
and it's not alcohol based. Just before any of you jump to the wrong conclusions, we have
We've all caught the cooties.
We've all caught the cooties. A pandemic of flu and Ebola and snots and everything else went through the offices here, and we're down a few people and we are short staffed, and it's going to show. Because we're going to be a bit behind, and there's going to be lots of work to be done. But in the meantime, we do have an auction to get ready for. It is Christmas week. We're all sort of, keeping it lit. And every day I'm bristling.
Yeah, that you are, baby.
Every day I'm bristling.
No, stop.
No. Do the walkie-walkie thing.
No,
you
can't dance, babe.
I can't.
Nope.
Have you ever seen an elephant in a tutu? This is it. So because it's not quite as easy to find everything because the bottles are only stacked in at the minute, they're not racked in properly, I just had a quick perusal, do you like that word?
Very, very good, yeah.
Very posh, of the bottles that's in this month's auction, and I picked out a few that I'm going to chat about. One of them being Baron Tool, isn't that how you say it? My Irish isn't very good, but that is KD001. That is Cologne Distillery 001. That is the first cask ever laid down by Mr. Brennan Carty, the mad malt master that he calls himself. I think it should be MMM, Mad Malt Master. In Cologne. They were released to huge fanfare. I mean, I think there was threats, bribes, everything else, people trying to get their hands on them. This is going to be the first one to come up for auction. I strangely think there's another one in the auction as well. There's one as a set, 1 and 2. So them are up for sale, so we'll see how they go. They should go very well. Last month we had KD002, and they went for €260 a piece, which I still think was cheap, but it'll be interesting to see. You alright?
I'm grand.
You sure?
Yeah.
If you're not going to die, can you finish the video first?
Yeah, and then I'll go outside.
Okay, fair enough. And if you are going to die...
Outside, because you don't deal with the paperwork.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I know, we all know.
Anyhow, Bailey's Irish Whiskey, found one of them. We haven't had one of them in a long, long time. Yeah. Bailey's is the maddest one ever, because Diageo brought it out, thought it was going to be this gimme that they were going to make loads and loads of money on it, and it didn't happen. Didn't happen for them. Or Bailey's themselves. I can't even remember who it was, whether it was Bailey's at the time, whether it was Bailey's. No, I think it was Bailey's. Renee Bailey is right at the time. But anyhow, it didn't happen.
People just wanted the Baileys.
People just wanted Bailey's. The whole concept of Bailey's that wasn't Bailey's, it was a whiskey, and when they drank it and it didn't taste creamy, and I think the colour would have given it away for most people, but hey, probably for me to judge people's. It went extremely well. I mean, we had them in some of our early auctions. They went mad money. I mean, I know one of them went for over €1,000 at one stage, and then all of a sudden they come out of the woodwork and everybody had one. Yep.
Cases of them.
Cases of them is right. Yeah, we did see that as well. Bottled next to that we have John's Lane 10-year-old. This is for Baggett's Hutton and Kinahan Limited and South William Street. That would be original John's Lane distillate, and a rarity in the fact that it's 10 years old on it. Yeah. Baggett's Hutton and Lane Kinahan's would have been a Bonders in Dublin, and they would have had mirrors. I mean, everything, they go quite well as well. Yeah. So they're a nice one to have. The old Crested 10, that's another good one to have in the auction. It is, drinkers love old yellow label Crested 10, and that was obviously the precursor to that to them as well. It was alluding to the fact that it might have been 10 years old, but they didn't say that. Speaking of being years old and not being years old, White's 22 Special Liqueur Old Irish Whiskey says 22 years on the front of it. Whether it is or not is generally a bit of a mystery. I know Paul in Belfast has told me, tried to educate me on them a few times. I don't really listen. Yeah, and I should listen a bit more, but I don't. The attention span of a goldfish. sort of here, biff, gone. Beside that, I thought, look, how appropriate with the cold spell that we had and everybody dying of influenza. Not dying, just ill of influenza.
Choose your words, mate.
I know. I thought it was appropriate to have them little, they're not naggins, they're quarter bottles. So hip flasks that people would have had out. But I thought that was interesting in the fact that the round labelly thing on the front of the Bushmills. I know if it is something particularly special, I will have somebody like Roger B or one of the Bushmills guys come on and educate me and tell me what I'm saying is totally wrong and correct me. But that's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take constructive criticism. What I can't take is the nags saying that you didn't tell me that. Anyhow.
Breathe.
It's the drugs, Kitty. It's the
I
drugs.
know, baby.
It's the Benylin and all that. That's
Yeah,
it's amped up and cough bottle and night nurses and day nurses and you dressed up as nurses.
No, that definitely didn't happen.
Green Spot 12-year-old. They are doing. These do really, really well, and the reason they do really, really well is because there's only 200 of them out there. This is bottle number 163. Mitchell's obviously been the original brand owners. They done these as part of their bicentennial. There's two big words I've used today without stuttering. I'm doing really, really well. And they've continued to get great prices. Beside it, there is the 10-year-old Green Spot, and again, there's only 1,000 of those. Very few collectors would have the complete Green Spot collection. And when I say that, I'm talking about like the likes of the single cask. I know now we've got the new yellow spots and all that sort of stuff, and people were a bit givey-outy about the price of the yellow spot. Rightly so. I will stick me hand in the air and say, I think pricing's getting a wee bit. They're looking at the secondary market and they're saying, we want a bit of that, and saying, can they stick it on? Now, maybe they're not. I know all their costs have gone up, but there's sometimes I just genuinely do look at it and go, get out of that garden. Beside that, we have the Jameson Rarest Vintage Reserve, and I thought I would talk about these because it's pretty. So this is the 2007 release. There's a 2007 version, 2009, 2015, 14, 15 I think it is.
It's 15. Is there 17 as well?
No. No, it does not. Does not.
Alright, okay.
But anyhow, these come in a couple of different incarnations. This is the carbon fibre.
It is.
Isn't it pretty? We said Jed would love this. Look at it. Like Jed would just literally wrap himself in carbon fibre just for because he's a little boy racer, isn't he? He's just a little boy racer. And then the inside of it, look at it all smooth and shit. That would be him to a T. If you were going to be a whiskey Jed, that's what I reckon you'd be. Not quite as valuable because that's worth something you're not. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, did I say that? Sorry.
But George, you are allowed to call him a prick on video.
No, you're not. Don't.
Yes,
That's terrible language. And he's probably one of the few standing staff that we have at the minute, so you're all right. Keep her left. You're dead on. Irishman limited editions. These are ones that I love. I think they're cracking bottles. Oh yeah, open the catchy thing first. Me here trying to brute force it. Again, that's the Florio Marsala cask finish, a 12-year-old. Bernard and Rosemary Walsh set up the Irishman brand many moons ago. They obviously seen a picture of me and thought, there's a hot Irishman, I have to make a drink called after him.
I doubt that very much, but you keep believing that, baby.
Well, I ain't Jamaican and I ain't French, although I do speak a little French. Have I told you that lately?
Yes, you have.
Yes, okay, I do speak a little French also.
He does.
Yes, I do. Yeah. So obviously, after they seen the picture of me, they said, we'll call the thing a hot Irishman. And then they thought, well, we can't just be calling it after Anthony all the time. We better just call it the Irishman.
All right, okay. Instead of the hot Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look. Hey. But they had this one out, and this is a 2010 variant of it, with the most Now, I like Riders Tears. I like Irishman. I like, Bernard and Rosemary. I think it's cracking. But what in God's name were they thinking when they designed this?
Well, maybe they didn't.
I mean, who? What? Yeah, but even then, it had to go before them at some stage and they go, listen, this great idea for a door. We're not going to open it any of the conventional ways, either up or down or left or right. This is going to swing in the bottom corner where you can do nothing with it. And we're just going to have one screw there holding it all together. Well, that's a great idea. Let's do that. What were they at, like? Were they on drugs? Or was somebody else on drugs?
Must
I mean, look at it. It's sitting on the shelf. You go to open it. Next minute, the thing popples over. Bottle falls out. Smash. And you're standing there going, what the fuck happened? But it has got magnets, which is always nice.
Please put this back.
But anyhow, it's got a certificate of authenticity in there, and that's signed by Bernard as well. And it's got a hologram. Yeah, we like that word, don't we? Hologram on the front of it. I don't know what the hologram is in aid of. Maybe it's me in the hologram saying that it's a genuine hot Irishman product.
No.
No?
It's not.
Okay. So that's it. That is as much ranting as I can do today. The drugs are beginning to wear off. I will be on a downer later on and probably will sit and crying and coughing myself into oblivion.
Of course you will, yes.
Yes. That's
That's
how
how
the
we
rest...
spent the weekend.
Yes, that's exactly how we spent the weekend.
Even the person home man sick.
Even the person home and sick. We did have...
Don't cough.
Don't cough, Ando.
Because when he starts, he can't stop.
Well, we did make quite a few hot whiskies over the weekend in JJ's.
Yes, we did.
You did make quite a few hot JJ's.
I did.
You did. And it's not an infection she has.
No.
You drink a hot JJ, you don't rub cream in it.
No.
No,
You
exactly.
drink it.
Yes, that's all right. So we will be back tomorrow. I've not the slightest idea what
Not
we're
a
going to talk
breeze.
about. Not a breeze. I may not be here tomorrow. It could be...
It depends on how sick we are.
Yeah, I'm going to try my best. That's all I can say is try my best. And if all else fails, drugs and alcohol.
There you go. No
drugs and alcohol.
No, it's bad for you.
No, you're right.
No,
absolutely
it's bad. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.